So my next guest has over 2 decades of experience in the Intelligence Committee, serving as a CIA analyst and holding positions in the Defense Intelligence Agency and the State Department. Earlier this year, he exposed the truth behind the widely circulated Democratic talking points that claim that 17 intelligence agencies agreed that there was Russian collusion in the election, which everybody took at face value. He believes that it was only actually 4 of the 17 that came to that conclusion. Here now, Fred Fleitz, Senior Vice President at the Center for Security Policy. Good evening, sir. It's really good to have you with us tonight. You know, I think a lot of people, and as I say, regardless of where they stand politically, are looking at this and saying that this isn't the way things should work. You believe that you're coming up with a theory that there was a very intentional trap that was set here. Explain that.
Well, Martha, President Trump is saying that this was a witch hunt, and he might be right. But I think this was actually a Democratic trap. I think the Democrats paid for this dossier, the purpose of which was to set off an FBI investigation. The Trump campaign is made up of outsiders. They're likely to get caught up in this investigation. After all, when Michael Flynn talked to the FBI, he didn't have an attorney with him. And these last-minute policy decisions by the Obama administration to close Russian diplomatic facilities and to sanction the Russians. You know, administrations in their last 3 weeks don't normally do that. That was at least an effort to sabotage Trump policy when he was president, but I think it was bait. It was bait to get Trump officials to do something. I think they were being monitored by intelligence agencies. The FBI was watching this. The NSC was watching this. They were looking for evidence to get the Trump transition team with. And because I think this was all a trap by the Democrats, if this can be established, I think President Trump should pardon everyone. And I think that's what Republicans on the Hill should be calling for.
I mean, you've spent a lifetime working in the intelligence industry. When you hear the things that these people were saying in the text messages, we don't know the details exactly yet of those, but we're going to see them apparently. And also in, you know, their emails that obviously there's a lot of people involved in the intelligence agency who really didn't like the idea of President Trump becoming President Trump, right? And they were quite open about that in their exchanges. There are some who say it doesn't matter. They can still do their job objectively. Do you agree?
I'm very troubled by these notes. Look, I work for Democratic and Republican administrations. You're supposed to keep your politics out of your job. I saw many at the CIA who didn't do that, but the vast majority of officers did. But the texts we're seeing from these various officers involved in the FBI and the Mueller investigation, and what we're seeing from Peter Strzok, who apparently changed a key document on the prosecution, the possible prosecution of Clinton, so that she would get off. This goes beyond freedom of speech. This is political interference for the benefit of one political party.
One more quick question for you. You say that you think that there's a possibility that Michael Flynn actually did not lie to the FBI. He admitted as much.
Well, my friend Michael Ledeen said this today in Pajamas Media, and I read his article very carefully, and I encourage your viewers to watch it. I suspect, and I don't know this for sure, that General Flynn may have copped a plea to this particular instance of lying to the FBI to save his family the pain of hundreds of thousands of dollars of legal bills concerning his dealings with Ukraine and Turkey and other things. You know, you just can't beat the U.S. government with its limitless resources. And I mean, that's Ledeen's position, and I believe Ledeen.
Fred Fleitz, very good to have you here, sir, tonight. Thank you very much for being here.
Good to be here.